We're celebrating this new and original idea with some fireworks to unveil this stunning project, which, all added up, cost me under $6. Now that's worth celebrating. Oh snap! Well, probably more crackle and pop. Now you'll see what I mean. Wow, this was fun. I'll show you how to save money while creating this adorable jute bunny. The first money saver I have for you is making your own paste. The recipe is below. It's all natural, it's all safe. You could eat this stuff, but I wouldn't recommend it. For more money saving hacks and tips, subscribe to our channel. It's free, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss out on our future videos. Once you have all your ingredients in your pot there, just keep on stirring because you don't want it burning or sticking to the bottom, and you'll want a cream of wheat or oatmeal consistency. I don't know how much this paste would cost a person, probably less than $1 for sure. And this is about the consistency that you want. Once you get to that consistency, just pour in your vinegar, stir it around a bit, and you're done. And once it's all done, just remove from the heat and pour it into a mixing bowl. After that paste is made, you'll want to blow up a large balloon. You'll have to get two sort of container tops like a bowl, or in this case we used a vitamin cap, and you want to tape those on the top and the bottom of the balloon, and we're just using a ramekin for the bottom. But you could use a paper cup or something, cottage cheese container, anything like that will work. And you can just tape those containers on with some painter's tape because it comes off pretty easy. Then you'll need 2 rolls of jute, which we got at Walmart for about $1.50 each. And you'll just want to unstring those and then put the ends together. Then you can take some of your paste here, take a little dip in there, put those ends together. Beautiful. Then all you do is take some of that paste and you'll put it on your hands, well, into your hand there, and just sort of drag the jute. Maybe twist a little bit as you pull so it all sticks together nice. And you just keep doing that. Just paste and pull. And when you run out of paste in your hand, put some more in. Don't be shy. And you do have to use 2 rolls of jute for this project because 1 roll, just as a single string, is not strong enough to hold together. Now you could use white glue and water here instead of the paste, but it would cost more and it's a lot messier. Which would you rather use, paste or the white glue? Let us know in the comments below. When you're making your jute string, you'll have to make quite a bit. You do need a sizable pile, maybe 10, 20 feet. And if you don't make enough, well, you can always make more. Now we have all our caps in place. We're going to put our jute on. You start by wrapping it around the top, do a couple turns, then come down at about a 20, 25-degree angle and go to the bottom. And there, you're just going to go sort of around there and just come out the other side and go back up to the top and cut over. And there we go. It does get a little confusing after a while, but once you catch on, it goes pretty quick. And you'll want to space those strings probably about an inch apart, half an inch or so, depending on the size of your balloon. The ramekin and the cap are very important in this. You have to bring your string really close to the top, and when you come down to the bottom, you'll hold your finger there, cross it over, and bring it up to the top, bring it close to there, and you'll keep repeating that. Without these tops or these caps, your pattern won't really work. So this keeps it consistent and easy to follow. And don't worry if you do make a mistake because this stuff is pretty forgiving and you can adjust it easily while it's still wet. Just slide it over a little bit. I know you can do it, so let's get to it. When you are pulling your string onto the balloon, you'll have to use a consistent tension. You don't want it too loose or it'll just fall apart, and you don't want to pull too tight or it may pop your balloon. So just pull it so that it's nice and taut on there, but not cutting into the balloon. So we got the idea for this by watching another lady's video, and I'll leave that link in the comments below. And she was making lampshades out of this stuff. And we thought this would be a great idea to make a bunny out of, just like making two lampshades. So you just keep pulling your string in the same pattern. You come around the thing, and then it starts to make diamonds, like as you can see here. And you'll know when you're done because at the end there'll be a huge gap, sort of, and they'll get smaller and smaller. And when you put your last string in, you know the diamonds are complete and you're done. Then once you're done, you'll set it aside to dry for about 24 hours, but you'll notice all the nice little diamond shapes that are made from using our caps. Now for the bunny head, you'll take another balloon and blow it up to about half size, or just use a smaller balloon. And again, you'll tape a lid on there, tape another lid on the bottom, and this is, of course, is to help. It's going to make a hole later, but it'll also help make the pattern a lot easier to do. And like I said before, you'll take your string, wrap it around the top of the lid, then you take it down at an angle to the bottom, like that. And when you get to the bottom, you go around the cap, sort of, cross over, and that's how it'll be done. So on this little balloon, we're going to do this in a little bit of slow motion, because that's a lot easier to see. So here comes the string up, we're coming to the top, we get to the lid, we start our crossover on the string there, we come down at it. Then you'll keep continuing down, and just remember to keep your spacing consistent. Yeah, this paste is really strong. As you'll notice here, we've run out of string, so I just made some more. You just tuck in the end that you run out on, take your new string that you made up, just wrap it around the lid a little bit, once or twice, and start your pattern again. Then when you're finished your pattern, you'll just wrap your string at the very end once or twice around the lid that you finished at, snip that off, tuck it in, and that'll be that. Now we have some Dollar Tree wire jute that we'll use to make the ears, because it's got some flex to it. And this is super affordable. You only need one roll of wire jute to make your ears. You'll take your wire jute, take some hot glue, and just apply that to the end so that the jute doesn't come off the wires. And you'll need about 2.5 feet of wire jute per ear. Then you might want to wear some protection on your fingers for this, because it does get a little warm. Then once that's done, you'll just take and sort of shape an ear roughly. And like I say, it'll be about 2.5 feet or so. And then just take some wire snips and cut that off there. And you'll want to leave about 2 or 3 inches on the end of each end so that we can attach it to the head later. And once again, take your hot glue and make sure those ends don't fall apart on you. And just to keep them pretty well the same size, take your original first one that you cut, sort of run that along the jute line there, and cut a second one about the same length. And then once again, once you've cut the second ear, don't forget to hot glue the tips of that so you don't lose your jute. Then as you make your ears, just make one roughly into the shape of an ear, take the other piece of jute and do the same to that so they roughly look the same. And like I said, keep about 3 inches on the bottom. And then we'll take some more of the paste and some more of the double jute, and we'll use that to wrap around the ears. Well, first we'll wrap on the bottom here, almost like a little twist tie, and have almost like 2 little feet on the bottom of your ear. And then you'll take some of that pasted jute, wrap it around there, and then you'll just do a crossover pattern on the ear itself. And you'll have to be careful here, because if you pull too tight, it'll pull your ears together. So you just have to sort of play it by ear and use the right tension. Then you just continue up the ear like that, and when you get to the top, you'll just sort of stop there, maybe hot glue that tip so it doesn't slide down, and then cross over back to the bottom. Then just for some additional security, we want to hot glue a few little tips of the jute here so it doesn't slide down the frame. Now, you probably don't really need the glue, but I did it just as a security measure. I found that when the glue dried, it was really, really strong. So then you just start on the next ear. Do the same thing there. Shape it into the ear, make the little leggies, wrap it with the jute. And again, we want the same sort of little diamond pattern on there as well. And just to keep things consistent, you'll want to reference your first ear just so you get the same sort of general spacing and such. Maybe a little too late, but better late than never. Before starting this project, you might want to put some garbage bags down because we are using that sticky paste after all, and you don't want to wreck your table. Then the same sort of thing, just do your little crossover, and when they're all done, just make sure you lay them flat to dry and let them all dry about 24 hours, just like the balloon. We are into the next day, and this is the funnest part, popping those balloons and letting them separate. You can hear all the crackle, snap, and pop of those balloons releasing from the glue. And like I said, I was really quite surprised at how strong this paste really was. And then once you're done that, once you've removed your balloon and your bottoms, just clear off some of the excess with a good pair of scissors, and the little body and the head will be ready to go. With all the stuff removed, now we'll start with the ears. We'll take those two bottom legs and in a twist tie kind of fashion, put them together. And we'll keep some leg length so we can attach it to the top of the head. Sort of curve it around, bring it in through one of the holes, just to give it some strength. And then we'll hot glue those ears on top just to give it some extra strength and flexibility. And if you don't get it perfect, you don't have to worry. This hot glue works really well on jute. Gives it a lot of strength and flexibility and holds it pretty solid. Once you're done, give your head a shake. Boy, that holds on really well. Look at that. I can maneuver it around and shake it up. Looks good. Now we'll put the little head on the body, and we'll just use some hot glue on top of there just to attach the head. And that should hold nice and strongly on there. Just try to center it a bit. Looks beautiful. This whole project was really affordable. We did this for under $5, maybe under 6 at the most. Making your own paste is affordable. Jute string is pretty affordable. Altogether, it's a really nice and easy, affordable, really affordable project to make. And it looks pretty darn classy, don't you think? Now you could add additional things to it, maybe put a ribbon around his neck or put some florals on it, but we left it just as is. Gives a really nice natural look that looks good in front of a fireplace or on a mantle. Oh, and I almost forgot. To add to your spring decor, I've designed a cute little spring tea towel just for you. It's a cute bunny with a little PNC monogram in the lower corner, which stands for our channel, the Pink Nose Chronicles, named after our sweet puppy's pink noses. See the link below for our Etsy store. Well, thanks for joining me today on this wonderfully easy little craft. I do hope you give it a try. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.